Let us commence the twin flame energy check-in. And this is just going to be a general twin flame energy check-in. We'll see just a general energy and get 3 cards. Where is this connection at this time? We have the 10 of Swords. Okay, 10 of Swords. The 10 of Cups. All right. And the King of Cups in reverse. Okay, that seems to be the energy currently for a twin flame connection. So let's see why. Why is this the energy that we are dealing with at this time? Okay, so 10 of Swords, why do we have that? And this is my Crystal Struck Tarot deck. We have Pink Tourmaline, Spirit Quartz, and Amazonite. So those could be significant crystals if you are into crystals. So 10 of Swords. It's like a what could have been. Yeah. It's like a what could have been energy. You know, 10 of Swords obviously brings about, you know, painful endings, betrayals, just heartbreak and heartache, honestly. And I feel like this is the energy of somebody that feels like if only it had progressed in this way, and if it could have been successful, if only, right? And with the Hermit in reverse, there's kind of like not an understanding why things ended up the way that they did. So there's a lot of pain coming from that thought, that realization. What about the 10 of Cups, which is just the complete opposite of a 10 of Swords? It's a lot of like wistful energy, right? Like the what if, what could have been type energy. Because with this 10 of Cups, which represents the happily ever after for me when I do tarot, it's like everything you could possibly want type of energy, right? With the 9 of Cups in reverse, the 3 of Wands in reverse, and the Knight of Cups in reverse, it's like, you know, what could have been the happily ever after if, right? If there was an opportunity to have gone towards that, if there was an opportunity for fulfillment, for joy, like if I had given something more time, right? Or if the situation had allowed for something to come towards me. There's just a lot of ifs, right? What ifs? The King of Cups, now there could be Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces energy in this reading. So a King of Cups, masculine energy. So I guess this reading is about maybe the divine masculine and being in this energy where they can't quite understand why things ended up the way that they did. And all these emotions they feel, I guess they don't really know where to put them or where to place them. But they know that they need to start maybe doing something about this. They know that they need to stop like doing like a timeout in their life or something, because all of this is going on and they have this realization, you know what, I have to start doing something about this. Even if I don't understand, even if I'm feeling this pain, and even if I want something or wish for more, I have to do something about this because I can't keep being in this energy. Now, my intention was for a general twin flame connection, twin flame energy connection, but it turns out it's a King of Cups, divine masculine energy connection. So I think we're just going to go with that. And this will just now lead to being a divine masculine reading, because that seems to be the direction we're going in with this reading. There's just all of this like inability to understand where it all went, how it all happened. So let's clarify a little more. Yeah, regret, music. A lot of nostalgia in the energy. Could be listening to a lot of music, songs, making them feel even more sad, I guess. Definitely a lot of regret in the energy. Maybe knowing they made the wrong choice, feeling guilty. Signs and synchronicities. They can't run from this. They can't avoid it. It's something they always are reminded of and they feel. And it's getting to the point where it is causing them anxiety. Is causing them anxiety, and I feel like it's also just causing them difficulty. That's why they could be like in a stressed, depressive mode. They could be even having panic attacks, honestly. But there's a restlessness definitely in the energy, and with unfinished business. It is because for this King of Cups, they feel like it's not over. Literally, it's not over, right? And they keep going back and forth on this. They keep carrying all this pain and all this what if, and if I should have done this, I could have done that. This is all like the energy that they carry. in the current, you know, time. And it's difficult. It is a difficult energy to carry when you have regrets, because, you know, you start to think about all the ways that you could have done something and you didn't, or all the ways something could have worked out and why didn't it, right? And it just makes you feel like either you're not enough, or, you know, things weren't meant for you, and, you know, why did you not deserve this? It just opens up a can of worms, honestly. And I guess that's where this divine masculine is. That's what we have for that. And I think we'll just, wow, there's just a lot of pain here. I'm going to be completely honest. There's a lot of pain here. It's just a lot of not being able to understand why. And I think Three of Swords, you know, heartbreak, pain with the Eight of Pentacles. It really pains them that something did not work out. And I think it pains them more that they did not put in the effort or energy to make something work. Knight of Wands, the Star, you know, again, reminder, and I'm not trying to like give it to this divine masculine, but again, if you don't take the action, then you don't get what you want, right? And I think that this masculine, divine masculine, realizes, yeah, I should have taken some kind of action, and that's why now I don't have what I want. Again, I want to remind, it is never too late in life to do something, to change something, you know. There's always, as long as you're breathing, there's always an opportunity. I guess they just don't know what to think, or where they stand, or what to do about this connection. You know, they're at a loss for action and words, I think. And I think they wonder, could they ever get this back to some kind of stability? Could there still be a possibility for the connection? Yeah, I mean, it feels like they still want an opportunity. They just find it very difficult and challenging. Maybe that, you know, maybe they find it difficult in a sense where there is no visible opportunity, or they just find it extremely difficult to create opportunity. Either way, right? Either way, this is a masculine that has to realize, that has to understand that you will not get what you want unless you do something about it. You could be well equipped, but if you don't take the action to go forward and do something decisive and indicative of what you want, it is always going to be this what if. It's always going to be all these lingering thoughts and regrets. And this masculine seems to know that. It's just crossing the bridge from knowing that to doing something about it. Yeah, and the encouragement again is you can still always take action towards the things that you want. It is never, it's like, as bad as it can be, there's still potential to get better, right? I feel like this is a masculine that thinks, wow, this is just like, there's no turning back, like this is the end of the road. And sometimes there are situations that call for that, but I think you will never know unless you try. Like, you actually have to walk down the road to see if it's a dead end. Okay, that's what I'm getting from this. And, you know, who knows? It is also a way, I think, for this masculine to understand if this feminine has also kind of detached and said enough. And that may be a very harsh and stark reality to be confronted with, but it is better than the not knowing and all this what if and if I could have. You would at least have the answer and not be in that energy. You would now be, potentially, if you take this action, you would now be in the energy of, at least I know, at least I tried. Okay, I mean, think about it. What is better? What if only I had, or at least I tried, now I know. Decide which is better for you. I think it's pretty obvious what is better for just humans in general. And I think you will never know if there's a potential for collaboration, for teamwork, for future work on a connection, unless you go out and seek the answer. That's just really what it is. And so the question being, how much do you want that? How much do you want to be in this connection with this feminine? What lengths would you take to take that opportunity and to create more with it, you know? And that's really what I have here. So intending it for it to be a twin flame energy check-in, but it looks like a masculine energy reading. And of course we are going to end with some guidance. Okay. Oops. Okay. So 3. 3 cards for guidance. First card being, you and your loved ones are safe. Dear God and Archangel Michael, thank you for watching over me and my loved ones. Please help me feel secure and at peace, and fill me with faith so that I may focus on my priorities and enjoy a healthful, happy life. So there's an assurance that if you are concerned about loved ones, they are safe. Take your time making this decision. It says, Archangel Michael, please help me stay strong and relaxed as I approach the situation. Remind me to detach and step back, allowing the situation to naturally unfold. Thank you for protecting me. That's also another way to go. And your home is protected by angels. I feel like this is a masculine that needs to be assured that whatever action they take, what is most important to them will always be protected and will always be safe. Archangel Michael, thank you for watching over my home and its inhabitants. I ask that you post guardian angels at each window and door, asserting its security. Thank you for guiding my finances so that I'm really, so that I can easily afford to pay my rent, mortgage, or taxes. So there's, there's an assurance that everything will be okay for this masculine in regards to their, provisions, like providing in their life for what matters to them. Guarded and protected. Again, a lot of it is about protection. I feel like this is a masculine that they would probably take a chance on something if they knew they were highly protected. And it's kind of saying you already are. Thank you for protecting my loved ones and me, assuring that we're safe and that all of our needs are met. I now accept your help gratefully and gracefully, knowing that it's right for me and all others to accept heavenly assistance. Now, this could be a masculine also. Well, what's this? Your children are watched over by angels. I feel like this is a masculine that is deeply concerned about family, responsibility, maybe even children, their home, their loved ones. And I'm just going to say, all of that is protected. Like, you can take the action that you must take for yourself, knowing that it will be okay for those, for what really matters to you, it will be okay. This is a masculine that could be going through some financial difficulties as well, but I feel like it's not to the point of desperation or, debilitating energy where they can't provide. I feel more so maybe they just don't feel that comfort they want to feel in what they have to offer or what they are, relying on to provide. But I think it's going to be okay, so don't worry. And again, reading could be for Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. That seems to be a strong energy, as well as Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. And we will see what the next reading will bring.